Hello everyone, this is your unmanned pilot, John Victor Jacobson, and we're here in Newark Airport. We are flying a Cirrus, oh gosh, I forget the name of that airplane, but it's a CF-50. Anyway, let's take a look from outside the plane. We're on the runway at Newark, and we are clear for takeoff. So we're going to put our flaps down here, dial in our flaps, 30%, and then we're going to throttle up, and then we're going to release our brakes. I'm going to back out here, and we are clear for takeoff. Are you ready? Here we go. So all I'm doing is with my right stick, I am guiding it down the runway. I am not pulling up on the elevator. I am not doing anything. I'm just right sticking the rudder. That's it. And that also handles the steering gear as the steering. So now we're going to put up our landing gear, and we're going to take our flaps out. And right now we're heading west, and we want to be heading east to New York City. So we're on a tour of New York City. We're going to go around up the East River, come around down the center of Manhattan, and over the Freedom Tower, and then from there we're going to head over to the Verrazano Bridge. And so here we go. This is Newark Airport down below. Let's just take another look at that from a different angle. I'm going to pitch the camera down here in just a moment. There we go. That's Newark Airport down below. And we're going to continue eastward towards Manhattan. Now on the way, I'm going to show you a couple of places where me and my buddy Paul Tarantino have been doing some flying ourselves, some drone flying. And just the other day, the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds came and gave us a really nice show, and we were just right out straight ahead there on that peninsula to the left. That is the shipyards, the Newark, the shipyards, yeah. And you can see Manhattan off there to the left. And I'm going to show you some nice views of that coming up here in just a moment. So right from that tip of that point there, you can see Manhattan just like that. And there was helicopters in the air. Yes, there was. That's Eyewitness News, Channel 7. And that there's the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds. Yeah, baby. And here they come. Watch this. This is all sped up now. My buddy Paul, he took this video here, and I sped it up in post so you could just get through it there. And they're blowing smoke. Yes, they are. So now we're just going to continue on our flight, and we're going to go over to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. And here's the statue. And my buddy Paul and I, we've been out here flying legally. And here's one of my pictures. And coming up is an illegal picture that I did not take, but I found this on the internet, so I downloaded it. And that's some bad stuff. This here's one of my photos, and that's from 400 feet away. And now we're just going to continue on our flight. And this is Ellis Island down here to the left, and Governor's Island to the right. And we're just going to go up the East River. We're going to bank to the right here. That's Lower Manhattan down there. Yes, it is. And we've got some bridges coming up. And that there's the Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, and the Williamsburg Bridge straight ahead in that order. And this is just pretty cool. So now we're going to continue flying up the East River. This is a really nice flying airplane, the Cirrus Vision CF or CS50. It's a jet plane, a V-tail jet plane, and yeah, so this is just a look around it. And now coming up here is Roosevelt Island, and I'm just gonna keep going up, and pretty soon, and that is Central Park there to the left. I don't know what the lake in Central Park is called, but I'll bet somebody does. And then we're gonna bank hard after this. Yeah, this is Randall's Island coming up ahead. Yep. So that's Randall's Island. And I believe we're just going to yank and bank this. Yeah, come on. We're not quite up to the tip of Manhattan. That's off there to the left. And we're just cruising along at low altitude now. And the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels were at 1,500 feet. That was their flight altitude. That was a really cool and amazing, fun time. So now we're going to yank and bank it, come back, and I wouldn't recommend this. That's some hard flying. You can break an aircraft that way. And now we're just I'm going to settle back down here. Now we're just going to speed this up. I'm going to go right down the middle of Manhattan, I believe. Yep. And we're going to do a little bit of inverted. Why not? Inverted flying is pretty cool. We can do some cool stuff. But let's get back on track here. Yeah. We're getting over to the Freedom Tower, and I want to straighten this flight up here and get up a little higher. Yeah. So this is the Empire State Building coming up. We're going straight over the top of that. And now we're just going to slow it back down as we approach the Freedom Tower. And I was there on September 11th. And that's one of the places that we helped rehabilitate months later. And this is what I witnessed from the 21st floor of 120 Broadway. And yeah, I was buried alive there. I'm a survivor. And this is what it looked like when I went back. I took these pictures. Yeah, and it was pretty bad. It was a dark time. Yeah, and I spent the next few years after that helping to rehabilitate some of them buildings downtown.
Well, I'm retired now, and I get to do things like this. I learned how to fly. I learned how to fly simulators, model airplanes, drones, and all that other good stuff. Well, I've been flying since I was about 10, but not seriously since till after I retired. So anyway, let's head over to the Verrazano Bridge. I sped this up. We're going to fly under it, and I'm going to show you some pictures from a drone flight I took from the ground down there to the left. There we go. So that's the Verrazano Bridge at dawn, and that's from the other side. And this here's just a tiny planet, Verrazano Bridge. And that there's a Verrazano whoop-de-doo. Yeah, baby. So let's continue on. Boom. Under the bridge. And now we're going to go back to the left here. We're going to come back around over the top of the bridge. And then I think we'll probably head back to Newark Airport. What do you say? So yeah, about ready. Now landing these things isn't as easy as taking them off. Let me tell you, landing is always difficult. Here we go. Now I'm just going to slow it down.
Well, we already went under the bridge, so let's just take a look down from the top. Yes, sir. That's one of my favorite bridges. That's the gateway to New York Harbor. Yes, it is. And let's just continue on. So now we're going to prepare to land. We have to check our position on the maps, so on the GPS. So we're going to take a look around the aircraft, and then we're going to go back inside the cockpit. So there we go. Let's take a look around. Check our landing gear. All right. Now I'm going to go inside the cockpit here, and we're going to check our maps. There we go. Now by clicking on the map, you get this display that's going to come up here. Boom. And I can see that the airport is up at the very top. There's two strips at the very top of the GPS map, and we're just going to come right to perpendicular with the runways, and then we're going to bank and make our turn. And then we're going to go back outside the cockpit and take a look for the airport and the runway, and prepare for landing. We've got to drop our landing gear. We're going to have to lower our flaps again and cut our throttle. So now we're going to go back outside, and that's the airport directly ahead of us there. And now I'm going to prep for landing. There goes our landing gear. I'm going to throw in some flaps, probably throwing in the flaps a little late, but I'm putting them in there anyway. My throttle is dropped, and now we're just going to bring it on in. Yes, sir. And I'm going to pull up, pull back, pull back, pull back. We're dropping speed, and boom, touchdown. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Well, that was a good flight. Well, I'm John Victor Jacobson, your unmanned pilot, and I sure hope you like my little videos, and I sure hope you enjoyed this flight. And if you do, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share with all your friends. Yeah, baby!